Hi, I'm Colleen,
And I'm Mike.
and welcome to
Fun
Fun
with
with Flags. Thank you for joining us today. We hope you find it very informative. Let's start by finding out why people started using flags. In the early centuries, people used decorated spears and staves with either their cultural symbol, ribbons, leather, or silk to distinguish themselves from other groups. The first flags were believed to have been used on the battlefield to send military messages instead of sending it by foot or horseback. Flags are also used on ships to signal each other using elaborate patterns. This is called semaphore.
So why do countries have flags? Well, flags show that we belong to a community, organization, nation, and that we share beliefs, goals, rules, and regulations. Flags are national symbols. Every country has got a specific flag as their symbol. The first flags were flown in the 18th century. The early explorers always put crosses or sculptures up when they landed on unknown lands, but later they used flags to tell others that we own a piece of land, proclaim or possession, and that we rule over the people and land, proclaim sovereignty.
Where do we get the word flag? Well, it comes from the Saxon word flocken, which means to fly or float in air or flap in the wind. The study of flags is called vexillology. A person who studies flags is a vexillologist. Two famous vexillologists are Graham Bartram, chief vexillologist and fellow at the Flag Institute, and George H. Preble, American Navy admiral and author of The History of the American Flag.
Let's talk about colors. Most flags contain primary colors, which are red, blue, and green. Colors on flags come in different shades, so red is not always the same red, and blue is not always the same blue. See the graph above. Colors can have different meanings in different cultures. Let us share some insight into the use and meanings of colors in the world flags.
The color red stands for love, passion, life, blood, and power. For China, it's the color of good luck. In Islam, it is the color of strength.
Orange, one of our favorite colors. Joy, creativity, revolutionary, strength, and passion, dominant in Buddhism and Hinduism.
Yellow or gold symbolize happiness, energy, warning, and are associated with the sunshine. In China, it is the imperial color. For Buddhists, they consider it a sign of humanity.
Green is associated with fertility, nature, growth, stability, safety, and is a prominent color in Islam as well. Olive green also means peace.
Blue is associated with tranquility, trust, loyalty, wisdom, and harmony. It is associated with the water and sky.
White. White symbolizes peace, innocence, purity, perfection. A solid white flag is a sign of surrender. Yes, something like that.
Black is a symbol of darkness, mystery, power, and death. However, in the Egyptian culture, it is associated with rebirth. Of the 192 independent countries in the world, red is the most dominant color. Red is featured in 148 flags, followed by white, then blue, yellow and gold, green, black, brown, and least popular, gray.
Who likes gray?
Most frequently, flags come in three colors. 39% of all flags are tricolored. 23% are four-colored, and 22% have two colors.
Currently, there is no flag that is unicolor. That is, using only one color without any letters or writing or symbols. The Libyan flag until 2011 was plain green, but is now red, black, and green with a white moon and star. The most frequent combination of colors is, of course, red, white, and blue. As you can see, there are many. Next to that is just red and white, and beyond that, red, green, and yellow.
When it comes to red, white, and blue, it's not just the USA. You have countries like France, Russia, Cuba, Panama, and Samoa. The flag of Samoa is symbolic with the white stars of the Southern Cross. It is very similar among many Southern Hemisphere countries to have this Southern Cross star constellation on their flag. This is true for Australia and New Zealand, also red, white, and blue.
Let's talk about red and white. Countries that have red and white prominently in their flags are Greenland, Poland, Latvia, and Austria. One of the oldest flags in the world, the Austrian flag, has a bloody history. Literally, it's bloody. After a battle during the Third Crusade, the Duke of Austria, Leopold V's white tunic was completely stained with blood, barring the area under his belt. This red and white combination, this red-white-red combination, is believed to be the inspiration for the nation's flag. The flag has been in use since 1191 and was readopted after World War II on May 1st, 1945.
The tricolor combination, red, yellow, and green, is known as the Pan-African colors. They are inspired by the flag of Ethiopia, and they are used by Pan-Africanists. They have the ideology to encourage and strengthen bonds of those with African heritage and culture. You will see this in the Rastafarian flag and the flags of the countries of Mali, Cameroon, the Republic of Congo, and Senegal. Flags aren't just flags. There's not just colors, there's also symbols. World flags use these symbols like celestial bodies or cultural pieces or national bird or flower to show something about their specific country. All cultures use symbols a little differently. Let's dive into them.
One such symbol is the sun. The circle of the sun symbolizes unity and energy. Japan is referred to as the land of the rising sun and uses the sun simplified as a circle in its national flag. Another country using this powerful symbol is Argentina. The sun has a human face called the Sun of May and bearing features of the Inca god of sun. A similar sun with a face is also on the flag of Uruguay.
Let's talk about the moon. The moon is usually displayed as a crescent shape, so it's distinguished between the sun, which is a circle. It is very prominent in many Islamic flags, like Pakistan, Malaysia, and Tunisia. In Turkey, the star and the crescent moon are Muslim symbols, but they also have a pre-Islamic history. The moon is a symbol of the god Diana, or Artemis, who was the patron god of the Byzantine Empire.
Let's talk about stars. Constellations of stars often represent energy, especially when depicting the night sky or a star constellation. Brazil, they represent the constellations in a southern hemisphere and show how they are seen from Rio de Janeiro during the early hours of the morning on November 15th, 1889, the day the country shifted from an empire to a republic. The flag of Brazil contains 27 stars representing Brazilian states and the federal district. In China, the four small stars symbolize the social classes of the Chinese society: the working class, the peasantry, the urban petty bourgeoisie, and the national bourgeoisie. Now, a large gold star and the red color are symbolic of the Communist Revolution. The flag was officially adopted on October 1st, 1949.
The cross. In ancient times, the cross was a symbol of 4 points on the compass. But in the 4th century, it took on a meaning of faith. For the country of Denmark, believed to be the oldest continuously used national flag, it features an uneven white cross with a red background. The cross represents Christianity. According to legend, the flag fell from the sky in 1219 when King Waldemar II defeated the Estonians. However, according to historians, the flag design was derived from the Old Crusades. The flag was officially adopted in 1625. Other Scandinavian nations, such as Sweden, Norway, Finland, and Iceland, use crosses on their flags as signs of their Christian faith.
Okay, so let's talk about the triangle. 3 points of the triangle represent the Trinity, the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit in Christianity. The triangle often symbolizes strength and power. The flag of the Bahamas was a result of local competition for a new national flag, where several entries were combined to create a new flag. The two aquamarine stripes represent the water surrounding the islands. The yellow stripe represents the sand and the other rich land resources. The black triangle represents the people and their strength. Now, Cuba incorporated three blue stripes representing the three military districts in the Spanish dominated Cuba, and two white stripes symbolizing the purity of the patriot cause. The red triangle stood for strength and constancy, but it also may have reflected Masonic influences.
Lastly, we'll talk about the square. The four even lengths of the square symbolize balance and equal opposites. Interestingly enough, there's only one flag in the entire world that is perfectly square: the Swiss flag. Most flags have a width to length ratio of either 2 to 3 or 1 to 2, but Switzerland is a perfect square with a perfect cross. On the other hand, the flag of Nepal is the only national flag that is not a rectangle. The flag is actually two overlapping triangles that represent the Himalayan mountains and the two main religions, Hinduism and Buddhism.
There are other symbols used in world flags that are also quite unique. For example, Canada uses a maple leaf in its flag, which shows that the country is caring for its nature and environment. The maple tree is Canada's national tree, so it makes sense.
The nutmeg, one of the principal crops of Grenada, appears on their national flag. It represents the link of Grenada's former name, the Isle of Spices.
Mozambique is the only national flag in the world to use a modern assault rifle as one of its features. The AK-47 is supposed to represent defense and vigilance in a country that has been beset with civil war for over a decade.
The flag of the United States territory of Guam was adopted on February 9, 1948. The territory flag has dark blue with a narrow red border along all sides. The center of the flag has the coat of arms. It's the almond-shaped emblem that depicts a sailing bay and the words Guam in red letters. The flag of the former Swaziland, now called Eswatini, was adopted in October 6, 1968, after they gained independence from Britain. The flag is reminiscent of the Swazi Pioneer Corps, which remain the nation's military traditions.
The Jolly Roger is the name given to any of various flags flown to identify a ship's crew as pirates. The flag most usually identified as the Jolly Roger today is the skull and crossbones. A flag consisting of a human skull above two long bones set in an X mark arrangement. Similar flags. There are some national flags that are similar or identical to each other. The differences include inverted colors, crests or symbols, mirror images, and color shade differences.
Some of the differences come because the countries used to be one and have since separated. For example, Czechoslovakia became the Czech Republic and Slovakia. Romania broke off, and you now have Romania and Moldova.
Ireland and Cote d'Ivoire.
Poland and Indonesia.
The Netherlands and Luxembourg.
Senegal and Cameroon.
Cuba and Puerto Rico.
Costa Rica and Thailand.
Jordan and Palestine.
Austria and Latvia.
Norway and Iceland.
Bahrain and Qatar.
Turkey and Tunisia.
Chile and the state flag of Texas.
Here's an awkward tale of two countries with identical flags. Could you imagine showing up at a party and another woman there has the same exact dress as you? Not fun.
How do you know?
Anyway, how about two countries showing up at the Olympics waving identical flags?
That's just what happened in 1936 at the Olympics in Berlin, Germany. The Haitian civil flag dates back to the early 1800s. Unlike their national flag, their civil flag has their coat of arms. Haiti has two flags. The national flag is only used in military and government matters. That's the flag with the crest. So the flag, that's their civil flag, is used at the Olympics. From 1852 to 1921, Liechtenstein's flag contained two equal bands of red and blue that ran vertically. In fact, this was identical to Haiti. The two nations had the same flag and never noticed it until 1936. How could they? When the nations proudly marched into the stadium, it suddenly dawned on spectators that they were seeing the flag twice. Fortunately, the world was spared the awkwardness of both flags flying side by side at a medal ceremony. The embarrassment could not be repeated, and on June 4th, 1937, Liechtenstein unveiled its new flag that bared its own gold crown in the upper left corner. When it comes to similar flags, many feature Union Jack. Union Jack is the UK properly named flag.
It's the name given to the same flag when flown while at sea. And it's one of the oldest flags in the world. The British flag was adopted on January 1st, 1801.
Union Jack is a combination of three separate flags with symbols of the patron saints of the three countries it unified: Wales, Scotland, and Northern Ireland. England and Wales are represented by the bold red St. George cross on the white background. Scotland is represented by the white St. Andrew's cross on blue. Northern Ireland has St. Patrick's cross. It's the red diagonal cross with the white background.
Which flags still include the Union Jack? Well, there are 6 nations: the United Kingdom, Australia, Fiji, New Zealand, and Tuvalu, which is an island country in Polynesia.
The Union Jack is also on the official ceremonial flag of Canada, known as the Royal Union Flag. There are 18 overseas territories, including Bermuda and, of course, the British Virgin Islands.
There are 13 federal provinces, territories, and states, including Hawaii and British Columbia.
There are 4 cities that have Union Jack. Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and Taunton, Massachusetts are just 2. Oh, say, can you see? With Flag Day coming up, let's spend some time talking about the flag of the good old US of A. The flag has gone through 27 different versions and plays a big part in American culture and life. Here are some interesting facts about our Stars and Stripes.
The flag was adopted in 1777. That's a lot of silence. Congress adopted the Stars and Stripes as the American flag on June 14, 1777. The first official version of the flag displayed 13 stripes and 13 stars, for the 13 original colonies, of course.
The red, white, and blue have a very important meaning. The red symbolizes hardiness and valor, the white, purity and innocence, and the blue are perseverance for justice. Everyone thinks Betsy Ross is the designer, right?
She didn't.
No. Betsy Ross is widely credited with being the designer of the flag. However, there's no evidence to prove that. Her family has supported the claim with different letters and documents. However, according to the Historical Society of Pennsylvania, located in Philadelphia, there is no proof behind that claim.
The flag is more stars than stripes. For a while, the U.S. added stripes and stars to the flag when welcoming new states. When Kentucky and Vermont joined, the flag took on 2 more stars from the original, so that from 1795 to 1818, 15 stripes and 15 stars graced the flag. Anticipating a crowded field of stripes, lawmakers decided to honor each new state with a star and leave the stripes at the original 13.
Why do we call it Old Glory? Well, it's the nickname for only the U.S. flag, and it was given to us by Sea Captain William Driver. He was given a flag by his mother and another woman in his hometown of Salem. He named it Old Glory. Upon seeing his specific flag on his ship in 1831, He continued to then display it outside his home. His nickname for his flag became synonymous with all American flags.
The proper way to view the flag when on display or during a parade, except for the people in uniform, is by facing the flag with your right hand over your heart, according to the federal laws and regulations. The same goes for when you witness the flag being raised or lowered as part of a ceremony.
A flag can be washed and dried if it has touched the ground or becomes dirty. However, once a flag is used to the point where there's no longer repairs to be made, it has to be burned in a respectful manner. Sometimes it happens in big events like the watchfires on Memorial Day.
According to federal flag laws and regulations, the flag should be displayed from sunrise to sunset, except during inclement weather, of course. It may be displayed 24 hours a day as long as it's properly illuminated when it's dark out.
Presidential proclamation does allow for the flag to be displayed 24 hours at the following places: Fort McHenry, the flag at the Flag House Square in Baltimore, Maryland, the United States Marine Corps Memorial in Arlington, Virginia, on the green of the town in Lexington, Massachusetts, at the White House, at ports of entry, and at the grounds of the National Memorial Arch in Valley Forge, Pennsylvania.
So Flag Day is Sunday. On May 30th, 1916, President Woodrow Wilson issued a presidential proclamation establishing Flag Day as the anniversary of the Flag Resolution. On August 3rd, 1949, President Truman signed an act of Congress that designated June 14th of each year as National Flag Day.
How did we get this design for the flag? Well, the current flag with 50 stars and 13 stripes was designed in 1958 by then 17-year-old Robert G. Heft of Lancaster, Ohio. It was part of a high school project, which he received a B- for. His teacher said he would change the grade only if it was accepted by Congress. The following year, 1959, Heft's design was selected by President Dwight D. Eisenhower out of 1,500 entries. His grade was turned to an A once the flag was adopted.
Have you ever wondered how far away has the U.S. flag made it from the U.S.?
How far?
Well, in July 1969, Neil Armstrong placed the first U.S. flag on the moon as part of the Apollo 11 mission, the first manned landing. 5 more Apollo landings resulted in 5 more flags being planted on the surface of the moon, totaling 6 U.S. flags on the moon today. How about that?
I like it.
Me too.
I'm Colleen.
And I'm Mike.
And this has been Fun with Flags.
Thanks for stopping by.
Look with us.
Yep.
Ah!
Okay.
Don't look at your stupid smiley
I'll look
face.
at your face.
Okay. Ready?
Yep.
Hi, I'm Colleen.
And I'm not. Land, but later they use flags to tell others that we own a piece of land. Let's talk about colors. Come on! One particular symbol that many cultures use is the sun.
No.
One such symbol is, of course, the sun. I'm going to do that, but I'm going to do this, and then you're just not going to laugh. Usually I see you do it. I didn't see you do it. In China.
You can't do that!
Yes, I can. All right. In China. That wasn't very jumpy.
Let's talk about you were moving. Specifically, no. The flag of Nepal is the only national country that has a flag with.
There are other symbols used in world flags. Mike. For example, Canada, which is somewhere.
It'll be right here.
We'll put it right here. You're on?
Yeah, it's on!
All right.
The flag of former Swaziland now called Eswatini, is very unique in that it was
Cote d'Ivoire,
Holland and Thailand.
Jordan, and Palestine.
Jordan.
I know, I just wanted to start. What could be more awkward than two ladies showing up at a party wearing the same dress? Not fun.
Wait, how would you
Has that ever happened to you? I don't know. I'm just assuming it wouldn't be fun.
It's the name given to the flag when they're flown at sea. There are 4 cities that have the Union Jack, including Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
All right.
Time talking about the flag of the good old US of A.
What?
This is done so by burning. Many are done in watchfires on Memorial Day for different Why did I just not stop? Presidential proclamation has laws as to where there's few.
Thank you.
Well, I'm Colleen.
And I'm not. It just looks so funny.
What do you mean?
I don't know. Just watching yourself, like it's weird. I don't know. I don't watch myself often. Like
You don't stare in the mirror?
this is different. I don't know. Usually the mirror is just like this part, but not like her in my mirror. Okay, what are we doing for dinner?